Okay, so today we're going to find the area of figures that when you find that little triangle in the bottom, the angles are not 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90. So we have to use SOHCAHTOA. And remember, you should know this formula by now. The area is 1/2 perimeter times apothem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, if I were to draw triangles to each of these vertices, how many triangles would I have? And that would be 8, because there's an 8-sided figure. So you would take 360 and divide it by 8, and that is 45 degrees. So each one of those angles in the top of a triangle is 45. So I'm going to take out this triangle right here and draw it on the side of my paper. So it's like this. I don't know what's wrong with my drawing today. Hold on. And we know that this is a 45-degree angle, okay? And we know that these two sides are equal. And we also know that if the rest of the triangle is divided into pieces, we have 135 degrees left. So each one of these angles is 67.5. Now I'm going to draw that apothem, because the apothem goes from the center all the way down. So the apothem would be this line here or this line here. And now I'm going to draw half of that triangle. So I'm just going to draw the right triangle that results in that. So we have this, this, and this. Well, if I cut the 45 in half, it's 22.5 degrees. This is 90, and this is 67.5 degrees. And that'll give us our 180 degrees. We know that the sides of this polygon are 6, so half of it would be 3. And we need to find this, okay? So you can use either one of the angles, but I like to use the one that was given to me, because then you don't, in case you made a mistake adding or subtracting, you don't make a mistake. So I have that angle there, and 3 would be the opposite of that angle, and the x would be the adjacent of that angle. So when I look at SOHCAHTOA, which one has opposite and adjacent? The tangent. So I'm going to say tangent of 22.5 equals the opposite over the adjacent. And then we cross multiply, if you remember, and we have that the 3 equals x tangent of 22.5. So divide that by tangent of 22.5. And you get that x equals that, and we're going to put that in the calculator. So we get that x is 7.24, and that's your apothem. So now we have the perimeter of that figure is 8 sides times 6, which is 48. The apothem is 7.24, round to 2 places, and that's fine with me. And then when you put that into 1/2 perimeter times apothem, you get the area of 173.82, and that is the correct answer. Okay, now we have a pentagon, and when I draw a circle in the dot in the middle and I connect all those dots to the vertices, I get 5 triangles. So when I have 5 triangles, I have 360 divided by 5 equals 72. So now I'm going to draw my apothem in that bottom one. And when I do that, I end up with a triangle that looks like this. Well, if this big angle is 72, this little one is 36. And so we have that that's a 36-degree angle. Now let's look at what they're giving us. They're giving us the perimeter. There's 5 sides and the whole perimeter is 35. That means every one is 7. That means half of this much is 3.5. Don't forget to cut it in half. So now we have the same thing. We have the adjacent and the opposite, and we have that the tangent of 36 equals 3.5 over x. So when we cross multiply, we get x tan of 36 equals 3.5, and divide by tan of 36, and we get our x. So our x equals 4.82. And now that's the apothem. So now we have the perimeter is 35. The apothem is 4.82. We're ready to put it all in the calculator. And we get that the area of this pentagon is 84.30. So this next figure has 7 sides, and the way I count sides, if so you don't lose track, is if you start here, let's say, you just start counting, just put little tick marks. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we do the 360 over 7, we get an ugly number, but you're just going to round to 2 places because that's what we're used to doing in my class, so 51.43 degrees. And when I draw those triangles like we've been doing all along, I get a half triangle that looks like this. And if that top angle is 51.43, we divide that by 2, and we get 25.71 degrees. It's ugly, but it's just a number. That's why we use SOHCAHTOA on these, okay? If the perimeter of this shape is 28, and 28 divided by 7 is 4, that means half this much, all the sides are worth 4 to make us 28, but half this much is going to be 2, and we need the x, which is the apothem. So now we do, this is opposite, again, and adjacent. We're using tangent a lot for these because it's coming out of the center. And so we have tangent of 25.71 equals 2 over x. Same thing, x tangent of 25.71 equals 2. Divide by tangent of 25.71. And we get that x equals 4.15, and that's our apothem. So now we know our perimeter is 28, our apothem is 4.15, and we put it in the formula. And we get the answer is 58.14 is your answer. So that's it for today. Yesterday I noticed a lot of you got the same one wrong, and it was a triangle. And what you were doing, let me get another page here. What you were doing is you were finding the apothem. Here's the main triangle. You weren't finding the apothem from here. You were finding this whole thing, and then that you were getting the wrong answer. So be careful. Make sure you divide the shape up into your little triangles, and then you pull that triangle out of the picture, not the big triangle. Because that one, since it was a triangle already, you guys got confused, and a lot of you got that one wrong. And you'll see you got a little ding on your homework yesterday. So let me know if you need any help, and I'll see you guys on Monday on Zoom. Have a good, nice, long weekend. Bye.